Welcome to Attack of Opportunity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Attack of Opportunity. This morning is, well, a subject near and dear to my heart. I have dug up the competition. What? No, we are staging a brand new show with a brand new GM, Rob Hammond, and he's going to do Frequency of Scream. So I had to reach out into the internet and grab the guy that knows. I'm talking to Ryan Bradley of the Gaming on the Rocks podcast that currently is doing the Starfinder Adventure Path Frequency of Screams. So I'm here for advice as well as just to interview and get inside the man's head. Ryan, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad the schedule's finally synced up.
Yeah, there's been a lot of back and forth in the messaging world, that's for sure, but I'm glad you could make the time today. So the very first question that we love to ask all of our victims here on the show is, Ryan, how did you first know that you were a geek, a nerd, one of us?
Well, I had to look this up because I'm bad with names, but around 7, I read a book called Castle by David Macaulay.
Okay.
That got me obsessed with castles and building them, and it was a slippery slope after that.
Oh, so a real young age, someone put the right book in your hands, and
Yep.
no, that sounds
and then
familiar.
early teens, seeing my older brother play second edition hooked me in the whole RPG thing.
Oh yeah. So, was there a defining moment, or I like to call it the gateway drug, like certain video games, cosplay, card games? Was it the reading of these fantasy books? Was it just spying on your brother in his bedroom till he finally let you come in and play? What was the lead up? Was there anything besides the reading of the fantasy novel or or your obsession with castles that kind of brought you right in full core?
Yeah, it was everything. It was the books, original NES. See my brother play with his friends and how much fun they had. So
how long have you been a gamer? Like, when was this? Like the next day? 7 years old plus 1, and then you saw your brother?
It started like middle school is when I started playing. So like around 13. So over 20 years now.
Over 20 years of playing RPG?
25 years or so.
Oh, okay. So, gaming, tabletop gaming is coming to the mainstream. I'm always mentioning how the 90s and Harry Potter just suddenly made being a geek and all kinds of geeky stuff okay for a lot of the the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But the big question, I always ask, everybody wants to know, is what made you decide to start making your own content, to become a content creator on the web?
Well, me and my friends, we kept talking about it off and on, probably 3 years or so. Because we played some really long campaigns, and always talked about putting it out there for others to share with us.
Are you talking about your other campaigns? Sorry to cut you off, because I always miss this bonus question, and people are like, "How come you're only asking every third guest this?" It's like, I got to remember asking. So I'm jumping on this right now. You just mentioned, playing. Do you have a favorite class, race, alignment that you personally like to go to in your, off the mic time?
I like to play hybrid caster melees, so I often multi-class.
So the Elven Blade Singer from 2nd edition Forgotten Realms, the Magus class from Pathfinder, that kind of thing?
Sort of. I had he was a wizard, bard, rogue character that we played up to level 21. So not exactly like a Magus or anything like that, but my own mixture.
Their own hodgepodge.
Yep. That's what I usually end up doing, a weird mashup of things.
So back to my original question. Was there a specific inspiration for you to start an online show? Was there something that you'd seen that just really was that last push and inspired you to go for it?
Seeing it getting popular, the Adventure Zone, the Penny Arcade guys, those were pretty big like inspiration for wanting to actually put up the audio, seeing that people actually enjoyed listening to it.
Mm-hmm. Whereabouts does the magic happen? Where do you actually create your content? Are you a live studio or in your kitchen, a living room, or is everyone separate online in a call in Zoom, that kind of thing, like we do?
It's all in person around the same table at one of our houses. There's a spare room, so it's the gaming room.
Mm-hmm.
It's set up with our gaming table that we created, and hook up the mic and everything.
Well,
Currently,
hey,
it's only one mic, but we're working to get individual ones.
nothing beats the around the table chemistry. It's something it's hard for us to overcome with an online show. And I've started expanding the studio, trying to cram more little seats and microphones around just to get more of the cast, or at least the Canadian part of the cast, in house, for that chemistry. So honestly, like I envy you that you actually have the complete game around the table experience, because job and life and wife and kids and all that, just that can make that further and further away from the geeky reality.
Yeah.
So how long have you been creating content now?
We've been recording for a year. We just hit our year mark, but we've been releasing for about 10 months.
And how many different shows do you have?
It's just the one, but we switch who runs every 3 months or so. So
Now that's
we're
cool.
about to finish up our third run.
So how many players versus the GM do you have right now?
We have 7 players, I think.
And does the GM run an NPC so that when you switch off the big chair, that GM becomes the player of said NPC, and the guy takes his PC and he becomes the NPC while he's GMing? Or just have somebody go off in the sunset? What do you do?
It's all separate stories. So when one person runs, we are running whatever they're running with all different characters. And then when we switch over, it's a different like adventure path with all different characters.
Oh, I see. So Gaming on the Rocks is one show, but you're running different material.
Yeah. Similar to you with running a few different shows. Instead of different shows, we have it all under the one umbrella show.
Okay, so Gaming on the Rocks, the network.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
So you're getting there. Yeah, there's ups and downs to that, man. Like I say, like you go on Twitter and there's a icon for a show, and this is us, and everybody goes, that's interesting. Having a banner, anything new that we produce, people just like, they remember our first show and a half, or they know me and they're like, oh, it's him. It's just more that, that kind of thing. And we're like, no, wait, no, this is new. Better microphones. I promise. I'm trying to get a new GM. It's not just me all the time. I promise. I got like 4 GMs lined up now, and it's trying to get the time. Yeah. So do you attend conventions, gatherings? Where can fans meet you if you go to these? Where?
We have plans to, but we always miss them. Like there's a local one going on right now. Like today is the last day, but we forgot about it.
Oh no, am I holding you up from your listeners? Get out there.
Yeah, we do plan on trying to go to PaizoCon this next year. That's our hope.
Okay. So you say you're at PaizoCon. Like, is there any chance that you have merchandise that fans can buy, and where can we find it?
We have T-shirts we made for ourselves. If people wanted them, they can contact us. I'm actually wearing it.
Oh, let's see. Gotta see.
Let me move so I can see the mic.
For the video aspect of this, I actually have that logo in the corner, but for the audio aspect, this looks like the old Carnival poster. It's done in black and white, but the how do I describe this? The vertigo lines coming out of the center, that ta-da, that step right up poster. This is Gaming on the Rocks. This is really, really clever. I really like this. Where did you get your hands on this?
We created it. Brian, one of our PCs, actually he GMs too, but he created the logo, he created the T-shirts, he did it all.
Oh wow, that's really cool. So a couple of additional questions for you, sir. Um, it's my personal delight to find out that when you're out there in a regular life and you overhear someone talking about gaming, and I've in like law offices, accounting, doctors, lawyers, ditch diggers, a couple construction workers. I even remember once, I know this is hard to picture, but I'm at the end of my driveway because I forgot to put something out in the trash, and it's plastic, not paper, and the guy's going by, and there were two guys on the back instead of just one. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And the guy looks in my junk, and I had something plastic, like an old toy or something. And he just, without a word, he just reached in and grabbed some kind of McDonald's figure or whatever that we were tossing and put in his pocket. And I said, oh, you got kids? He's like, no, man, this is for my grid. Like, this is a real, like, New Yorker looking, like, no, man, this is for my grid. That's going on the table. They're going to fight that tomorrow night. So it's like, really? That's cool.
Nice.
So after that, I always ask, sorry, right, what do you do for a living?
I work in an office for a company that does catalog orders for prisoners. So like family members can order care packages for loved ones. So
Oh, okay.
like
And then
extra socks, snack food.
yeah,
TVs,
and
radios,
the
things like that.
company is like bonded and screened, and stuff can get in the prison officially.
Yeah.
So it's not. That's prison Amazon kind of. That's cool.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good way to think of it.
That's thoughtful. Well, there's so many people that are incarcerated that they've broken the law, but they're not terribly horrible. Forget about them. Put them in a whole kind of person.
Yeah.
you break the law, you got caught, you're paying the price, but it's like not to be forgotten. So that's good. I like that. That's really
It's
cool.
definitely interesting.
Yeah. So back to talking about your content. What is your latest project that you guys are working on, like right now, that you're engrossed in?
We have one more session of Signal of Screams, and then we're going to switch off. I'll be running the next run of things. I'm going to be doing a system called Hands of Ether. It's a third party independent one.
Mm-hmm.
It's along the lines of like 5th edition. It's kind of a modified 5th edition.
Okay, so it's still a D20 system?
Yeah, it's still D20. Very stripped down and simplified.
Okay.
And
Sounds
I'm
cool.
going to just be homebrewing an adventure for that.
Well, this is a little change from the running and the fear and the and the screaming that comes from. Oh, I just
Yeah.
want to ask you so much about it. Okay, this is a great question. Sorry, if anyone wants to get up for a T and a P, as we say, you can go now because I have a personal question just between me and Ryan. Can you quickly tell me about the cast for Frequency of Screams? Like, what character classes and races are going in? Like, what have you got on board? Because I'm just dying to know for your Frequency of Screams game.
Let me see. I'm playing a God's Claw Technomancer that's multi-class with Operative.
Okay.
We have a human Technomancer, a human Star Shaman Envoy. I forget the name of the class, but it's like a tree, like a sentient tree class race.
Okay.
That's
like
another
Groot.
envoy, I think.
It's like Groot.
Yeah, pretty much like Groot, exactly.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
a very interesting race when you like read up on them. They're from Castroville. I don't remember the name though.
Oh, that's cool.
Who else do we have? We have an uplifted bear Vanguard also.
Uplifted? Is that like awakened?
Yeah, they're like sentient telepathic bears.
Really? Man, you could
Yeah.
do the entire sort of rip on Guardians of the Galaxy. You got a fuzzy dude that talks. You got to get the tree. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, and then the last thing we have is we like homebrewed a Kenku race, so like a bird race. I don't remember what class they're playing. I think Envoy again. We're a bunch of casters, so hopefully we survive.
Oh no. No, that's
Yeah,
very cool.
that should be it.
And thank you for the behind the scenes look. So what about the future? What's on the horizon for Gaming on the Rocks? Is there something you guys are already talking about that you want to get into, whether it's a week away or a year away? Is there something out there that you guys are like, we're going to move towards this eventually or as soon as you can? What's in the future for Gaming on the Rocks?
Well, let's see. I'm doing my run. After me, I think we are going back to Reign of Winter, the Pathfinder adventure. We're going to do a recording of the board game, so the haunting on the Hill House, something like that.
Yes, I have that. That's awesome. Because
we have the Legacy edition, so we're going to be playing that and recording it.
All right, on.
And then we have plans to do Attack of the Swarm for Starfinder.
Oh, right on. Right on. Yeah, I was very lucky that Patrick Brennan, who actually wrote the first adventure in that path, interviewed with us recently. He's already up online. And like yourself, great guy, very open, with the answers. And it's like, there was none of this, maybe I shouldn't talk about that kind of thing. It was kind of going on.
I just saw that was released. I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, I hope you do. Like I want to thank you for being on the show today. And is there anything that you'd like me to ask you? Is there anything going on with you and the podcasting world that you'd like to talk about that we haven't covered?
Like podcasting world, not really. I had questions about finding some local gaming groups up in your area, because one of our friends is about to be moving in a few months.
It's where I am, up in Canada.
Yeah,
we have
somewhere up there. Like she's going to be moving to Montreal.
Okay, that's a little ways. It's about 6-7 hours east of me, but
it's closer than me though.
Well, does she speak French? No.
She's learning. Her husband does. He's up there. So
my daughter and my now son-in-law went to high school together. They went to college together in Ottawa, and I'm assuming Montreal, just like Ottawa, has its share of gaming shops. And, you haunt those because the customers as well as the store owners are, one of us. You get them talking about stuff. Don't be afraid. Like, Canadians are very friendly, right? And the trick is, if an American comes up to even Montreal, right, is listen. And the ones that are speaking English, nothing against our French Canadians, but the ones that are speaking English, at least that you can go over and go, hey, that's a cool, GURPS book you got there, type of thing. But type of thing. Not to mention, a girl in a gaming shop will draw instant attention in Canada, because it's not, for us, it's not the unicorn, there's a girl here. For us, it's like, cool, about time. Yeah, girl gaming rocks. My girlfriend plays. Do you know, everybody knows that, that's how it is for us up here,
Okay.
But there is a bit of a segregation. Quebec is kind of like, I'm just trying to think of a state in America to compare it to without insulting Americans. As you travel through the different provinces, we call them provinces as opposed to states, the mindset changes. People are, there's American proud and there's Texas proud, and then there's hometown proud. Then there's our knitting club proud. Like, the circles get smaller, right? In Quebec, they have their own sort of pride, and like, you'll know in 2 minutes. I don't want to put off by this sort of, oh, you're not speaking French, that kind of thing, because the bilingual country, as far as I'm concerned, I can't speak for the country, but as far as I'm concerned, is a lie. There's English coast to coast, and there's French that won't really actually pass off in France, in Quebec, and that's it. Yay, culture, bilingual Canada, but it's like, no, they're over there, we're over here, and we take their hydro and water, and we, no. Anyway, what can I say? Canadians are very approachable.
Okay.
We don't carry sidearms. We have guns. They're rifles in the truck. We shoot deer with them. We don't carry sidearms. And if you're in a coffee shop line, like if you sit down at a coffee shop table, right, you get the same kind of, right? But if you're in line waiting, you can easily strike up a conversation with the person in front of you or behind you, and they, you know,
Okay.
they will politely shut you down because of an age difference or culture difference or whatever, but it's always nice. Or they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. And, you know, they're just as bored as you are in that line, you know, unless you're looking at your phone, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And same thing in the gaming shops. You know, they always want customers, and the other gamers that are in that shop, you know, especially in Montreal and Ottawa and where I am here, they're, you know, they know the other gamers. Like, once you're in the wilderness, you're lost in the numbers. I won't see you in the mall. And who knows, you know, if you're in that store, then, you know, you already got something in common. And just tell her to go for it,
Okay.
you know. And they have the society games, they have the list, and, you know, in our gaming shops, they have all the magic card night and all that kind of thing, you know. So come to Canada and enjoy our incredibly high tax rates, but free healthcare. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I going on a bit there, and I've never been really asked. Do I know anyone in Montreal? No. You know, but I don't. She shouldn't have to be worried. It's not like you're moving to Europe and like everything is different, and why are they looking at me? And, you know, no, you know,
Yeah.
you're American. You sound like us. You talk kind of like us. You know, you don't think like us, but, you know, don't worry. She'll blend. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
So Ryan, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. And whereabouts on the net can we find you? Can we find your content? That's my last question for you, sir.
Pretty active on Twitter. So Gaming on the Rocks, and that's ROCS. Ran out of letters for the handle.
Okay.
Instagram, same thing, but we barely post. Our website to find and subscribe to the show can be found at bit.ly/GOTRPOD. So
Okay. If you email me those links, I will definitely put them in the descriptions of the show so people can scroll down. So if you're listening or watching this, you know, whatever, go into the description, and we'll get these links up, and you can click and you can interact with Ryan and the crew.
Yeah, we do have a Discord. The link is on our website to that and our Twitter. So if you go to one of those, you can join us. It's still a tiny server, though.
Yes, but this is the point, sir. I get to know you now. They're getting to know you now, and then, you know, click on the link below, everybody, and you know, show Ryan and the gang some love. Anyway, again, I'd like to thank you so much, sir, for being on the show, and we will see you all next time on Attack of Opportunity. Say goodnight, Mr. Bradley.
Good night.